Today's live, I'm going to be talking to you guys about overcoming fear and limiting beliefs, which is a big conversation. It's something we all feel, something we all go through, but how we choose to navigate this determines how quickly we get to the other side. And how we choose to move through this also determines how quickly we begin to live our dream life. And for those of you who were just on the live when I was live, hi, welcome back. My dog Bentley had very bad Instagram etiquette and went barking like crazy, so I had to cancel. But we're back. We're going to start from the beginning. Why not? So, let's get into it. Overcoming fear and limiting beliefs is something that no one is immune to. Everyone feels this. And obviously, this topic is a big one, and it's very unique to wherever you're at with your specific goals right now, and it's very unique with where you're at in relationship to where you want to be. Everyone's fears are different, everyone's limiting beliefs are different, but none of them mean you cannot have what you want. None of them mean that you cannot move past. Oh, okay, I'm back. I don't know what's happening right now. I think I'm live. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep moving. This is what I talk about a lot with my private clients and my mastermind, because when I'm working with them on their specific goals and where they're at with their goals, this is the shit that we're saying on a daily basis. And this is the real work. No one, like I said, is immune to this. Not even your most favorite, most beloved celebrity is immune from fear and limiting beliefs. Everyone feels it. Everyone has to go through this, but everyone gets a choice to how they want to navigate their own fears and limiting beliefs. So today I'm going to, my goal with today is I want to give you guys some things to think about, but also some things that you can implement into your life right now on this topic. And hopefully it can help with where you're at, and it can help with scratching those limiting beliefs and reframing your mindset and having a better thought about where you're at. And hopefully you can feel some results from this. I teach in one of my programs called Made for This, which is my confidence course. I teach like an hour and a half module on fear and limiting beliefs. So I go very in depth in my confidence course Made for This. It's like a 90-minute module where I'm just like spilling the tea on fear and limiting beliefs. But today, that is my goal. I want to give you something that you can really work with, and that hopefully it lands and it makes sense, and you can start seeing your goals and feeling the fear that you may feel towards your goals differently and start navigating this time differently. So first things first, let's start with fear. I think I want to bust a little myth, and I don't think this myth is a conscious thought. Like, I don't think we're consciously thinking like this about fear. I think this is a subconscious energy around fear, is that your dream life is the only place. Hi, Sarah. I think that's Sarah, the aligned woman. I think that's Sarah. Fear is only present when you're going after your biggest goals. So and that's where we feel it the most, right? So when we are going after a big juicy goal, whatever that may be in any aspect of our lives, that's when we usually have the mirror of life reflect back to us, our fear and limiting beliefs. And that's where we have the opportunity and the choice to either look our fear and limiting beliefs in the face, say that we're bigger than that shit, cross that out, do the mindset work, overcome it, and get the life that we want on the other side. But we have this choice, all right? We have this choice. And the reason why most people associate fear and limiting beliefs to their goal is because this is what brings it up to the surface in sometimes an aggressive way. Like, I know for me, when I first started my business and I was transitioning from being just a professional dancer to now being a business owner, I had so many fears and limiting beliefs, you guys. It was kind of hilarious. Like, they were everywhere. They were like hidden in the cracks. They were coming out all over the place. I was just like, wow, I didn't even know I felt like this. But my new goal, which was to create a successful mindset and manifestation coaching business, hadn't arisen yet in the past. So now that it was here and I was working towards it, these fears and limiting beliefs were coming up for me to work through to get me where I am today. And I've been doing this long enough to know that no fear or limiting belief is bigger than me. No fear or limiting belief will ever be big enough to hold me back from doing anything. And that's how I choose to move through them. So the myth that I want to bust here is, yes, our goals and that next level life has fear attached to it and has limiting beliefs attached to it. But so does your regular life. So does your everyday life. It's just not as confronting in your everyday life. It's just not as reflected back to you as intensely in your everyday life, because you're not aspiring to go be great. You're not aspiring to bring something new into your reality. You're not doing the mindset work and manifestation work to bring epic shit into your life as deeply as you are when you're going after a big goal. So it's not as boom, you need to deal with this in your everyday life. But don't misunderstand that it's not there. Fear and limiting beliefs are present in your regular life, whether you choose to go after your goal or not. So if that's the case, what I want you to feel into right now, if that's the case, if you have the choice to either chase your dream life and bring your dream life into your reality and go be living that dream life, or stay where you're at, and in both worlds, you're going to feel fear and have to overcome limiting beliefs, wouldn't you prefer to overcome fear and limiting beliefs on the way to your biggest goals and dreams? Hell yeah. That's worth overcoming fear and limiting beliefs. The difference here is that to achieve a goal, to get to a place where you've never been before energetically in your mind, to then manifest a new reality, will require you to do the work. It will require you to do the mindset work to overcome the fears and limiting beliefs. However, in your normal reality, in normal life where you're at right now, your fears and limiting beliefs are still there, but you are not faced with them. They're not coming up for you to actively move through, and you don't have to choose to be courageous in your current reality. You don't need to choose to don't go do the mindset work on a Saturday and get in your journal and be like, oh my God, this is coming up, and do all the work. That's not as much in your face as it is when you're chasing a goal. But I wanted to say this because I feel like people think that the fear is only based around their goal, but it's not. The fear is always, it's everywhere. It's present. This is us as humans. We have limiting beliefs around things. How we want to choose to navigate these limiting beliefs is up to us. And when I did this work and I realized this, I was like, if I'm going to have to overcome limiting beliefs and not have my goals come true and not live my dreamiest life, fuck that. If I'm going to do the work, I'm going to do the work, and I'm going to live my dream life. That's so true. Yes, Sarah, it is. It is. We need to scream it from the rooftops and remind ourselves, because we have a choice. We really have a choice here, and whatever you choose, you're not escaping fear and limiting beliefs. So if that's the case, if that's the truth, then what world do you want to choose to live in, my friends? The really fun, exciting one where you can be, do, and have whatever you want? That requires some mindset work, but on the other side of that mindset work is your goals, is your dream life, is the things that you get so lit up by that when you're there, you're going to look back and be like, oh my God, it was so worth it. It was so worth it. Versus your current reality, maybe things come up with fear and limiting beliefs, and then you get to the other side of them and you're like, I still want my goal. I still want my goal. I just did mindset work and I didn't get what I want, and I still want my goal. So just, if you're gonna have the fear and limiting beliefs, why not create your dream life along with it? So that is the first thing. What else did I write here? You guys, my notes. I don't usually write notes for lives, but I have been for Instagram because I've been trying to keep my train of thought really focused, and it's still not working. And plus, I can't even read my notes, so that's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, great. Let's move on. So that was the first thing around fear. The first thing around fear is that you're going to feel it anyway. Fear is present in the pursuit to your biggest life or in your current reality. It's here. It's a part of the human experience, and we get to choose how we want to navigate it. That is the first part on fear. I'm going to do another little riff around fear, and that is how to basically kill fear, crush fear, stamp on fear. Sounds so aggressive. How to slap fear in the face. How to get over this shit is basically what I'm going to tell you. The quickest way to move through fear, and mark my words that this is accurate, The quickest way to move through fear is action. Taking action around the thing that you have fear is going to get you to the other side of it so much quicker. Not only that, you're going to build a lot of confidence. You're going to build trust in yourself. You're going to build your skill set in whatever it is that you're doing. And you will eventually get really good at whatever that thing is that's scaring you. And it'll eventually be second nature. And this is how we grow. But what I've noticed is when we become adults, when we like graduate high school or whatever, graduate college, wherever you're at, we tend to think like we're done learning, or we're done doing hard things, or we're done doing things that we're scared of, because at that point when you're an adult, it's like, okay, I should know how to do certain things. But here's the reality, especially for my big dreamers and high achievers, we're always going after big goals. Always. Like, that is who we are. That's how we live our life. That's what we're meant to do on this planet, is to continually create epic shit. So if that's who we are, we're always going to be elevating to our next level. And to get to our next level, there's going to be fears and limiting beliefs at every phase of the game. So reminding yourself that if where you're going, if what you're manifesting, if what you're creating is something you have never done before, it's a life that you've never actually lived yet. You're manifesting a new level of life, a new level of you. You're manifesting a new experience of you in this world. You don't know what that is yet, because you've never had it, because you've never done it, because you haven't manifested it yet. So if you need to in order to create something you've never done before, you have to do things you've never done before. And when we do things for the first time, it's scary. That's just how it is. And I'll give you a really perfect, easy example that you're going to be like, that makes so much sense. You know when you go to a new gym, just bear with me, just stay with me. You know when you go to a new gym, and I don't know if anyone else has this feeling, but when I go to a new gym, I'm literally like, so nervous before I get there. Like, I'm nervous. Where am I going to park? I've never been here before. Like, I don't know this complex. Like, is the parking validated? Do I park in the structure? Should I park on the street? I'm nervous about where I'm going because I've never been there. I'm nervous about the parking situation. Then I'm nervous to walk into the gym because I don't know where everything is. I don't know where the women's locker room is. I don't know where the weights are. I don't know where the cardio room is. And I'm nervous. And then I go and it's fine. And then I go and I find my park and I'm like, oh, that was easy. And I go and the lady checks me in and she's like, yep, the women's locker room's over there. The cardio room's over there. I'm like, great. And then all of a sudden I do my great workout and I leave and I'm like, that was so much fun. Great. Next. And then I go there the next day and I know exactly what to do and I know how to move through my gym sesh and I'm not scared anymore. But how could I get to that point if I didn't just show up? Like, we think like fear means, I say this all the time to my clients, fear is not a sign to stop. Fear is not a sign to stop. Fear is a sign that you're moving to a place that you've never been before and you don't know what it's like there yet. Fear is a sign of growing. Fear is a sign of evolution. It is not a sign to stop. It's not a sign that you're not supposed to be where you're at. It's not a sign that your goal and your dream is too big for you. It's not. That's not what fear is. Fear is a sign that you don't know how to, like, you're moving to a new phase of you and that requires you to do things you've never done. So you're scared. And it's like, of course. I know. Like, yes, that's true. Yes, you are. It's fine. But if you don't take action, the quickest way to kill fear is by taking action. If you don't take action, you'll never get good at the thing. You'll never build confidence around the thing. You'll never develop you'll never develop your skill set around the thing. Another really beautiful example for you around this is Instagram Live. What I'm doing right now scared the out of me. Like, I did not want to do this. And like, I didn't. I did it for a really long time. I did it every other way around doing an Instagram Live. Until I realized I'm playing small. Until I realized I am bigger than that fear. Until I realized I have really important things to say and people in my world need to hear it and I have a message and that's more important than my fear. But this was new to me and I don't know why there was so much fear around it. However, this is, what day am I in with my IG Live challenge? I think I'm on like day 9. No, wait. No, I'm not. I think I'm on day 8. I only have Oh my God. Yes. IG Live, Sarah, they're a thing, man. Like, whew, man. I might go back and delete some of my first IG Lives because they were tragic. Although, you can see the growth. I will say that. So, take that as an example. But I'm on day 8 of my IG Live challenge, and how I feel about showing up to Instagram Live on day 8 than where I did day 1 last Tuesday is night and day, you guys. Like, now I'm not scared of IG Live. Like, I'm coming on here, I'm doing my thing, I'm talking, I'm being me, I'm being Tanya, I'm being my fully expressed self, I'm sharing my message, I feel confident in what I say, I feel confident in how I present myself, and squashed. IG Live fear is fucking over. Done. Done. Moved on. But how could I have gotten to this place? How can I be on here speaking the way that I am? How can I be who I am today, right here, right now, if I didn't decide to move through the fear? Action cures fear. Action kills fear. If you don't want to feel fear around something, just dive headfirst in, because the water's going to be cold. You're going to get the shock of your life, but you'll eventually warm up and you'll eventually learn how to swim. And you'll eventually swim to the other side of the pool or the island or wherever you, or the lake or wherever you're swimming. And when you get to the other side of wherever you're swimming, you're going to see a brand new land and you're going to be like, yay, I love it here. I love it here. I'm so happy. So action cures fear. Whatever you've got going on right now in your life and whatever you're feeling is holding you back, I want you to ask yourself, what can I do today? What can I do today? And it can be a baby step. I'm not telling you all if Instagram Live is scaring you to go jump on IG Live, because it took me a minute to get here. But I made it, peeps. I made it. But whatever is scaring you, is it sending the email? Is it posting the story? Is it making a post about your incredible business or your next offer? Is it putting your prices out there for people to see so they can be like, yes? Whatever it is it asking the guy or the woman that you're on a date with to go out again? Is it having a hard conversation with someone? Is it telling your boss you're ready for the next phase and you're really fucking ready for a promotion and you're going to start showing up and putting yourself out there? Like, whatever the fear is for you, I want you to feel into your goal and feel into what's holding you back right now and say, what can I do today? What is an action step, no matter how big or small, that I can do today that is in alignment to helping me conquer that fear? This is all it is. Baby steps. Or you can dive headfirst in, but baby steps work too. Baby steps work too. And this is how we move. This is how you grow. This is how you evolve. And once you do this, you're going to feel results. You're going to see results. You're going to feel so badass. You're going to be in my DMs being like, you didn't even realize what I just did today, Tan. Like, I just slayed my shit. And you're going to feel really awesome and amazing. So it's worth it. And if you do this and you feel a result and you feel a shift in your energy and your mindset, I would love to hear from you. So either comment below, come back to the live, you can comment, or slide in my DMs. Slide on in, peeps. All right, let's move on. Let's get to the limiting beliefs. So how many do I have here? I only have 2. Great, perfect. Yeah, okay, cool. Limiting beliefs. Let's get clear on what beliefs actually are. A belief is just a thought that you have thought over time, again and again and again, repetitively over time. That is a belief. So if that's how a belief is created, let's backtrack. And that means we can change our beliefs. That means no belief that you have is set in stone. No belief that you have is written in the stars as the ultimate truth of your life and is not changeable. Any limiting belief that you have, or belief in general actually, you get to question and say, do I still believe that, or do I choose to believe a new one? And I know some of you might hear that and be like, it's not that simple. But what's annoying is it kind of is. That's what it is. It's annoying because sometimes our beliefs feel like such deep truth. Like they are truth, and you can feel it in your cells. You can feel it in your body. Like when you think of something and the limiting belief comes up and it automatically is programmed in your mind, and you think of that next level self, the amount of money that you want to make, and the immediate thought that comes in is like, you can't do that. That's not available for you. How are you going to do that? Who's going to pay you that? La, 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 la. These things feel very real, but it still doesn't mean we're not bigger than them. It still doesn't mean we don't have more power than that belief. And we get to, when we hear the limiting belief come up, or when we feel a belief come up in our mind, in our body, we get to question it. And we get to say, do I still choose to believe this? Is this still in alignment to me, my goals, and my vision for my life? Is this something I want to bring with me to the next phase of my life? And if it is, amazing. And if it's not, you literally just get to say, I don't want to believe that anymore. I'm going to disprove this belief, which gets me to my second point. The way that I do this is when I am aware of the limiting belief, and the awareness is key. I can do modules on limiting beliefs and fears separately for hours and hours and hours, but this is a short little live, so I'm just going to keep it moving. But the first step around having a limiting belief and being ready and willing to disprove that limiting belief is the awareness around the fact that you have a limiting belief. What's up, Eleanor? The awareness around the fact that you have the limiting belief to start with. So without the awareness, we don't know that there's a program going on. So that's step one, being aware that there's a thought that you are thinking, and that you have thought over and over and over again, and it is now a belief about you, the possibility for your next level life, the possibility of you creating your goals, the possibility of you meeting the love of your life, whatever it is, there's a limiting belief there. Awareness around this is the first step. The second step that I do is make sure I give it a moment and I question it. I literally go, why do I believe that? Who told me this? Where did this belief come from? And now if you want to get really deep into this work, you can get your journal out, you can snuggle up on the couch with a blankie and light a candle and go to town on where that belief came from. But if you're driving, or if you're living your life, or if you're busy, you get to be like, where the hell did that come from? I don't even, that wasn't, I don't believe, do I believe that? You get to question yourself. You don't have to just believe everything that flies through your brain. You get to question yourself and be like, that is so annoying, and that belief is not in alignment to where I'm trying to go in my life. That belief is not in alignment to who I'm trying to be in my life. So therefore, fuck that belief. Let me create a new one, and I'm going to disprove it. And the way that I disprove it is either with my own evidence of my past, with my own evidence of I've done things that don't align to that belief. So let's say an example is no new clients can find me without Instagram lives. Let's say that's my belief. I have to do Instagram lives for new clients to find me. I've been in business. I've created a 6-figure business and I never did IG lives up until this point. So that's a fat lie. But if that belief started to come up, then I could disprove that with my own story, with my own evidence. But it takes awareness, and it takes the willingness to bring that belief up and say, lies. That's a lie. Liar. That's a lie. And disprove it with my own evidence. Or if you don't have personal evidence around this specific limiting belief, there's no good men in your city. You'll never find the love of your life. Whatever your limiting belief is, if you don't have personal evidence that can support the new belief that you want to believe, then look for evidence in other people. Borrow other people's faith. Look for evidence in someone in your hometown, or someone on TV, or a celebrity, or a story online. We're on social media all day long. Look for someone on social media who has done what you want in the way that you have, because I guarantee someone on the planet has done it and disproved that limiting belief. And you probably won't even have to look hard, and it's probably someone you already know, and it's probably someone you already have access to, even if it's just on social media, that you can be like, well, that wasn't true for her. She did it. She had success without IG lives. She found her partner in the small town. She met her man or her woman, however you want to, whatever. So disproving it through your own personal evidence, or through other people, borrowing their faith. This is the process that I take myself through on a pretty regular basis, to be completely honest with you. On a pretty regular basis. But this is my live on overcoming fear and limiting beliefs. I just wanted to touch on both of these things, and hopefully you got some value from this. Again, I go into major detail on these topics in multiple of my courses actually. But made for this, my confidence course, I do a whole module on fear factor. I just finished Evolve, which was my identity course, and we went to town on limiting beliefs. but it's trickled out throughout my programs everywhere. And right now you could buy all my programs. You could start Made for This or Evolve right now if you wanted to in my self-study hub. So they're all available. The link is in my bio to my self-study hub, which has all my courses. And there is going to be a really, really epic summer bundle sesh coming out, which will involve both those two that I just mentioned. So if you're eager about that, if you're curious about that, if you're already hearing me talk and you're like, I want more, like I want to do the work, but I don't want to do it by myself. I want to do the work. I want to be in the course. I want to do the modules, and I want to have access to you and be able to ask me questions and go through live coaching calls. It's going to be a whole vibe. This summer sesh that I'm going to be doing with you guys. So if you want to know more information about that, you can slide in my DMs. I haven't even announced it yet because me and my assistant just confirmed it like this morning. But so it's not even out on early bird yet, but if you want it, come DM me and we can set it up and you can get in at a really epic price. But I think that's it. I think that's everything. All right. Yay. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed that live, and I will speak to you tomorrow.